And Yale researchers showed that belly fat follows genetic order. Last on, first off. For most people, belly fat is last. Exercise can't change that. Here's what the science actually says works. If your belly fat won't budge and you've tried everything including crunches, planks, cutting carbs, running, but it just stays around the midsection, stays exactly where it is and almost mocking you for your efforts. This is why. Your body stores fat at your centre of mass for efficiency. It's literally the last place your body wants to pull fat from, and you're fighting millions of years of evolution. And after 17 years of helping people, I've not found one person that gets rid of the belly fat from the love handles before the face, the neck, the shoulders. So today I'm going to show you how to actually flatten your stomach, and I'll back it up with science. You're going to get 14 practical guidelines to burn belly fat without torturing yourself, without extreme diets and endless cardio. So if your belly is always the first place to gain and the last place to lose, these strategies will help you get results. Going to talk about the food sabotaging you, the exercise myths wasting your time and exposing everything keeping your belly fat. Let's start with number 1, belly fat trigger, hiding in your healthy diet. If you think you're eating healthy, check the granola, check the smoothies and check the fruit juice. You might be drowning in sugar without actually realising it. There was a landmark study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation, and it found that people who consumed fructose sweetened drinks increased their visceral belly fat by 14% in just 10 weeks, even when they didn't gain weight elsewhere. And another long-term study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 120,000 adults for 20 years, and those drinking sugary beverages daily had 20% more visceral fat than those who rarely drank them. So the morning smoothie from the juice bar might have 60 grams of sugar. The healthy granola that you snack on, probably 20 grams per serving. And it's not that sugar is bad, but if you eat sugar, you spike your insulin and you get hungry later. And again, insulin isn't bad. Chemicals. So if you want to remove belly fat, limit high sugar foods to either once a week or around workouts. Replace juices and try whole fruits. The fibre slows down sugar absorption and prevents those insulin spikes. But sugar isn't just the obvious foods, it's hiding everywhere, which is why you're shopping the wrong way. If you start in the middle aisles, grabbing packaged healthy foods, then maybe hitting the fresh produce last. Harvard research shows that 74% of packaged foods contain added sugar, often under 60 different names. Even healthy options are engineered to override fullness signals. And Cornell University found that shopping the perimeter first, fresh produce including meat, eggs, dairy, reduced processed food purchases by 32% and total calories by 23% without dieting. And again, processed foods are not bad, they just trigger your appetite. So foods in the perimeter are lower calorie, more volume. And a classic satiety index study showed that vegetables provide 3 times more fullness per calorie than cookies. One Oreo, 40 calories, no satiety. 1 cup of broccoli, 40 calories, fill your stomach. But even when you think you're making healthy choices, labels can sabotage you. You might avoid sweets, candy, chocolate, but you still can't lose belly fat. And it might be because there's hidden sugar in those healthy foods. A BMC public health review found that 68% of foods marketed as healthy had more sugar than regular versions. So that low-fat yogurt, they just took out the fat and added sugar for taste. And the Journal of Academic Nutrition and Dietetics showed people eating health halo foods consumed 35% more calories, thinking that they were being smart. A Stanford study found that simply reading the nutrition labels reduces calorie intake by 24%. So if sugar is in the first 3 ingredients, it's a good idea to put it back. I'm talking about sugar. There's a lot more to it. If you want the free 21-day email course with meal plans, workouts, diet strategies, there's a link in the bio and I'll send it you for free. But sugar isn't the only silent saboteur. Let's talk about liquid calories. If you drink your calories, so like coffee, juices, sports drink, alcohol, they don't fill you up, but they will fill out your belly. Research in obesity reviews shows that liquid calories don't trigger satiety hormones. You can drink 500 calories and still eat a full meal. A meta-analysis found that replacing caloric drinks with water led to 2 to 2.5% body weight loss over 6 months, with 0 other diet changes. And the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that drinking 500 millilitres of cold water increased metabolic rate by 30% for 30 to 40 minutes. It's not a lot, but it's a small effect. And replacing that one sugary drink daily will save 150 calories. That is the win. And speaking of eating smarter, you're probably missing out on the most powerful nutrient for fat loss. I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again. You're probably under-eating protein and overeating everything else. Protein has the highest thermic effect. 20 to 30% of protein calories are burned in digestion. A nutrition and metabolism study found that high protein diets boosted daily energy burn by 80 to 100 calories. And a meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating 20 to 30% of calories from protein reduced belly fat by 20% more than standard diets. And another study in obesity showed protein lowered ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and raised peptide YY, the satiety hormone, by 30%. So protein means less hunger, more fat loss. Now let's bust the biggest myth about exercise and belly fat. The fitness industry lies about spot reduction. Do these 5 ab exercises for flat abs. This tea will burn belly fat, and it's all nonsense. A University of Connecticut trial had people do 5,000 sit-ups in 27 days, and the result was 0 change in belly fat. The Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research confirmed you can't spot reduce. And Yale researchers showed that belly fat follows genetic order. Last on, first off. For most people, belly fat is last. Exercise can't change that. Here's what the science actually says works. Resistance training raises metabolic rate by 7% and daily caloric burn by 15%. Just 4 nights of 4.5 hours sleep increases insulin resistance by 30% and shifts fat into the belly. Stanford research shows stress raises cortisol, which specifically drives belly fat. Adding just 10 grams of soluble fibre reduced belly fat by 3.7% over 5 years. And another meta-analysis confirmed fibre lowers waist size across 62 trials. And I know you're probably frustrated, you've tried everything and the belly fat just won't budge. The International Journal of Obesity found that belly fat has 4 times more cortisol receptors than other fat. Your belly fat really is more stubborn. But here, there is hope. There was a study done on 7,447 people in 5 years. Those making simple, consistent changes lost 5 times more belly fat than extreme dieters, because consistency beats intensity. Remember, your belly fat isn't special, it's just stubborn, and science proves that these strategies work. Eliminate added sugars. Shop the perimeter, read every label, drink water, prioritise protein, get enough sleep, manage stress and add fibre. Alongside that, keep your meals consistent and limit alcohol. Stop looking for shortcuts and start following proven science. And now you know the science, watch this video where I'll show you exactly how to calculate how many calories you need to set up your own deficit based on metabolic research.